Hey everybody, it's Morgan and I'm here with my February wrap-up video and my What Should I Read pick for the month of March. Happy Women's History Month. What a great way to go from Black History Month right into Women's History Month. So I hope you guys will pick up some books by or about women this month specifically. So let's get into my wrap-up. I only read 3 books this month, and 2 of them were from my original TBR video. I started off reading Stamped from the Beginning and Bedrock Faith. Then I threw in some poetry by Morgan Parker, and I didn't get through any of those books. I got maybe 150 pages in Stamped from the Beginning, about 60 pages into Bedrock Faith, and a few pages into There Are More Beautiful Things Than Beyonce. Not because those books were bad, they were actually entertaining. It's just that I have to stop doing TBRs, and I said this back in 2016 that I don't stick to them, and what happens is they start to feel like homework, and I think a lot of people agree with me. So instead, if there's another, I might not do it this month. If anybody's interested, maybe I could do like a Women's History Month suggested readings video. If you guys like, it's not a big deal. But the next time I do something like that for Black History Month or another particular monthly celebration, I'll probably do a suggested reading video instead of a TBR, because what I wanted to do mostly was show you guys some things you could also pick up during the month. So 3 books, that's it. And the first book I finished was The Other Woman by Amina Pankey. She was in the group Black Butterfly back in maybe the early 2000s, but most people know her now from being on Love and Hip Hop New York on VH1, and that's the reason why I picked it up. So she is in this continuing, as we saw with this season's reunion, this continuing love triangle between her, Peter Guns, this older rapper. He also had like a big rap hit in the 90s, early 2000s. His son Corey Guns was a part of Young Money. I don't know if he still is. Whatever. And a woman named Tara, and they have been going back and forth between him. Well, I shouldn't say they have. He has been going back and forth between them, excuse me. She has 2 of his kids. Tara has 3 of his kids. And now it's a rumor that she is pregnant with another child. I personally hope that's not true. But anyways, half of this book is about her coming to America because she is German. Her mother is a white German woman and her dad is African German guy. So she talks about how her and her sisters came over here to pursue music, and the other half of this book, which is very short, very thin, also very expensive for something this small. I'll get to that soon. The other half, like I was saying, is about when she met Peter and how their relationship is going. If you watch the TV show, you pretty much know what's going on. However, it is interesting to hear her perspective. You also kind of hear about some of the like controversial pregnancies she's had and certain things that have happened behind the scenes. One thing's for sure certain that is clear in this book and the show is that Peter was just lying to both of them. She also kind of talks about like her struggle with low self-esteem and stuff and toxic relationships she's had, which all makes sense of why she ended up with Peter in the first place. I gave this 3 stars. It was definitely just entertaining. Like, you see no notes or anything like that. Probably going to give this to somebody else who wants to read it. This book is $19.99. I ended up ordering it through the bookstore I work with so I could use my store discount, because it is the same price on Amazon as it was coming up in like our store database. So yeah, guys, if you have somebody, if you know somebody who has this book, borrow it. I think if a book is going to cost $20, it needs to be more than 160 pages, because I was very upset at that. Yeah. This wasn't on my radar this month, but I needed something entertaining, and I just wanted to finish a book. I think you guys can understand how sometimes you just want a book that you can finish. And this was definitely something I finished within maybe my 7-hour shift. Alright, the next book I finished was Sula by Toni Morrison. This is my third time reading this book. Read it in undergrad, read it in grad school, and now I'm reading it. And then I read it this month. I still give this book 4 stars. This book is about a girl named Sula and a girl named Nell. They're starting from childhood, they're coming of age, and how they take their friendship into womanhood. I'm going to do a more thorough review on this, of course, with my year with Morrison. And still one of my favorite stories by Morrison. It definitely gets me emotional, thinking about how important like having women friendships is to me, and I think it should be important to other women as well. I also saw some other new things, I guess because I am older. Every time I pick up this book, I learn something new. So, review coming soon on that. And the book that won for me to read this month and do a review on is The Turner House. I gave it 4 stars. A review is coming on this, along with the overdue Book of Night Women review. Guys, I promise I will have that up by this month. Side note, it took me a while to kind of process that book, but I will talk about that in the review. Great book. I would suggest this book to anybody who just wants to read about the average black family, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it was just a great story. I think a lot of people could relate to it, and I will keep majority of my thoughts for the review video. So those are the 3 I read in February, all still focusing on black people. In honor of Women's History Month, I picked 3 books for you guys to choose for me to read in March. Books by black women authors and about women. So the first one is Linden Hills by Gloria Naylor. Basically this is a story about a neighborhood, like an upper middle class neighborhood called Linden Hills. I think it'll be a little bit of a change of pace. I don't usually read about middle class black folk, which is cool. So I also haven't read anything by Gloria Naylor. Most people know her by Mama's Day or Bailey's Cafe or The Women of Brewster Place. The next one is Dance on the Volcano by Marie Beauchavette. I really wish I had gotten one of my friends who speaks French to pronounce this for me first. This is a story about a Haitian musician. It's a fictionalized story, but a Haitian musician. She's a singer. But right before the slave rebellion, I think, that happened in Haiti, or Haitian Revolution. I don't know if that's exactly the same thing as the slave rebellions that happened in Haiti. I will figure that out if you guys pick this book for me. This was definitely a cover buy. I've never heard about this story, and it was just translated from the French. So I'm really excited to read this, if you guys choose this, but I'll probably be reading this year. Michael from Michael Reads already did a review on this book. I will link it below if you're interested. Renty from Renty Reads did a review, I think, on Linden Hills, or she read it recently. So I'm going to link that too if you need that to help influence your choice. My next choice is Speak Gigantular by Arenosin Okoji. I haven't heard anything about this book on YouTube. It's a collection of short stories, and because I haven't heard anything about it too much, I will read the back really quick for you guys. Speaking Gigantular is a collection of captivating, erotic, and disturbing short stories from one of Britain's rising literary stars. In this collection, Okoji creates worlds where lovelorn aliens abduct innocent coffee shop waitresses, where the London underground is inhabited by the ghosts of errant Londoners caught in between here and the hereafter, where insensitive men cheat on their mistresses, and where brave young women attempt to be erotically empowered at their own peril. So yeah, this sounds interesting. It sounds a bit sci-fi. It also they made it very clear that this also includes some eroticism, which I don't read much of. So yes, those are the 3 books I want you guys to pick from this month. I'll give you guys a week to let me know what you think I should read and what you want a review on. I will also post these 3 books on Instagram, so people will also be voting there. So I just want to make sure you guys know that before, if there's it's not very clear with the YouTube comments that a book won and then it got, so yeah. Leave your comment below on what book you think I should read in the month of March. Let me know what you read for the month of February and what you plan on reading for Women's History Month, if you plan on reading anything based on the month itself. And have a great day, guys. Bye.